Coming back at you again. I don't even know what I'm going to name this video. Had to go with the Rakakadash on that one. But I do want to bring out some videos showing some foolery. Not for entertainment, never that. Always to show you what we're doing out here that we shouldn't be doing, but we should be putting the feet on the ground. Try to spread this word as fast as possible. As you already know, times are running out. We already had the bombing with the United States and Iran. Let's get into it. Our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, the 144,000s, the 1/3, the Aqua, all the women that following this truth. It's of Israel, Judah. Peace and safety and holy protection on all the brothers in Great Millstone that's out there spreading this truth as fast as they can, by any means, because the times now has been speeded up. So let us get into this. As you can see right here, I got James chapter 1 verses 23 and 24. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. Glass meaning a mirror, because mirrors are made of glass. They do have polished metal, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a mirror. Verse 24. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. There's a lot of jakes out here. They look themselves in the mirror before they step out. And even if they don't look themselves in the mirror, all of them got cell phones and doing selfies and all about themselves and not thinking about others. And they don't know what sort of person they are. So this is not just going for a man, but it's going for anyone of Israel who are out here doing foolery in these last days. I also want to bring out Matthew 24:14. And then I'm going to go into these videos. All right, this is Matthew 24:14, KJV version. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Now, a lot of people have heard this verse, and they always say, if they're in the black church or any other type of church, well, we're spreading the word and spreading the word about Jesus, and then the end will come. They have been spreading this word about Jesus for a very long time, and nothing has come. No signs have come. But the whole world feels that we are living in the last days, which we are, because you can see Bible prophecy being in front of you. People are waxing cold. People are not caring. People are killing people in front of their children. People are shooting at cops. People are doing the utmost in these last days, and it's only going to get worse, worse and worse, and people is waxing cold from the love because there is no more love. So I'm going to bring out these videos, but also stating with Matthew 24:14, we are getting this word out in a fast, very fast pace. And it's hard, but it must be done. No one can say that they have not heard the word of the Israelites and the teachings, but especially coming from Great Millstone. You are going to hear this word, whether you like it or not. Whether you're walking down the street, whether you're on the internet, somehow that feed is going to pop up, and Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, they're going to make sure that you hear this word, because as it's stated again, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness. That means everybody knows who are the people out there on the corner, out there on the streets, people on the internet that are preaching this word about Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So no one can say that they did not get a fair warning of this word. And also to mention, all those that are in Great Millstone, we all have family members. And we spread this word to our family members. And some family members don't want to have to deal with you because you are a member at Great Millstone. And because you constantly emphasize that Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, with Yahweh being the Father and Yahweh Shai is the Son, with the name being spoken in Hebrew. And a lot of people feel because you are holding this Bible and you're trying to tell them the words that are true, and they were like, well, we have our Bible, we have our God, we know what you're talking about, but you do not. You must fear the Father and the Son. You must fear them both, because you will not get no blessings through the Father without going through the Son. So there will be no excuses on that day. The only thing that will come through everybody's mind on that day is that we was among prophets, and the prophets forewarned us the things that happen in the true name of the Father and the Son. Once again, Yahweh being the Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son. So no one will have an excuse that they did not get to hear this word. All right, let's hop into these videos. Please bear with me of the type of phone that I do presently have. I don't have the editing technology to do this, but as you can see before I start playing this video, you can see an old couple sitting on a bench, and it looked like an atomic bomb just went off. That's how it's going to be on that day when these bombs start dropping, and people don't believe it. They don't believe the last days is going to end by fire. Well, it is. So let's get right to it. Videos. And that's how people are. Thinking love is going to just save everything. How did this even start? Man wanted to steal some sunglasses. broke both of his legs. Both broken. Running from the police. And just quick to get on his cell phone. Don't care. That's the problem with the youth.
This has to be the craziest.
When I talk about the effects of dealing with self-hatred, one of the effects, of course, is the misspending of money. And how so? How does that work? Because money is misspent again to relieve pain, you see, to compensate for inferiorities, and because the individual has been reversed, which we have to explain at some later point.
And look, the guy's on the concrete. Most likely dead. Face down.
Tonight in France, there are calls for vigilance after a syringe attack at a nationwide music festival. Concerts being held at multiple locations across the country. Authorities say at least 145 people now, mostly women and girls, telling authorities they were jabbed by needles. Some reported bruises and feeling dizzy. Police arresting 14 suspects. Victims are now being tested tonight to see if they were injected with any substances authorities have not discussed.
So as you can see, those are the videos of the foolery that's going on. We're going to go to Isaiah 52, verse 6. Therefore my people shall know my name. Therefore they shall know in that day that I am he that doeth speak. Behold, it is I. So just as previous I brought out in Matthew 24 that we are going to speak the Father's name and the Son's name. This is showing what we are going to do. There's going to be no one that can say that they haven't heard his name, because they shall know his name, and they will know his name. Whether you're going to be of the elect of the 144, 1/3, or you're going to be the ones that are going to be coming. Well, the ones that's not going to make it going to know, and the heathen's going to know as well. So people better take heed. This is all the foolery that's going on out here. And as you can see, that these people that are doing these things, they have no fear. They have no fear. And all of them, if you was to meet them, you would ask them, as they were about Yahushua, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. They will say, yeah, we know who Jesus is and all that. They'll say that. But one thing I will say, when you do learn the real name of the Heavenly Father and of the Son, and you learn the stuff that they have lied to us about, it is a different type of feeling. You still might remember some Bible verses previously, but you always had in the back of your mind that something wasn't right. Or coming to these 100% truth, you will know that these words are right and they are faithful and true. We're going to turn to Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. As it states, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. These people are showing no fear. They are showing no trembling. So if you're not showing no fear, no trembling, in the absence of the Father and the Son not being here, you have no salvation. You have to have the fear and you have to have the trembling. I always feel like I'm just not good enough. I feel like I could just keep doing more to strive to try to do better. That is my fear. That is my trembling. And hoping that I am of the elect hoping that I am of the elect. Because if you don't make it, it's nothing but death. But that's what we all hope for in Great Millstone. To work out our salvation with fear and trembling, not thinking that we got a golden ticket and Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. You have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. That's why we're trying to spread this word. Just like in the book of Ezekiel. If we don't spread this word, then your blood is going to be on our hands. And then the Father and the Son's going to be looking at us like, why couldn't we have it done more? So that's why we make these videos. That's why you see us out there in the streets. And you see us talking to our friends and our family members and those that we don't know. So as you already know, we had this war going on. And we only waiting for when they're going to retaliate. But also with that being said, that CHIP is going to be coming in very, very soon. And just want to give you a little heads up how it works. So if you're thinking you're going to try to do something to destroy your chip, but the main goal is don't take it. Do not take it whatsoever.
So how does it actually work? An RFID system consists of
fair
two main
use,
components.
fair use.
The RFID
This is
tag
for
and
learning
the RFID
processes.
reader.
I mean,
The
for
tag
learning.
contains a microchip that stores information and an antenna that transmits data. There are two main types of tags, passive and active. Passive tags don't have their own power source and rely on the reader's signal to activate them. They're smaller, cheaper, and commonly found in things like key cards, clothing tags, and library books. Active tags, on the other hand, have their own battery and can transmit data over longer distances. These are often used for tracking vehicles, monitoring shipments, and even tagging livestock to keep track of them over large areas.
Livestock. We are that livestock.
The RFID reader is the second major component. It emits radio waves that communicate with nearby RFID tags. When a tag enters the reader's range, it responds by sending back its stored data, which the reader then processes. This exchange happens almost instantly, making RFID technology much faster than traditional barcode scanning. Some readers are handheld, like the ones used by store employees to scan inventory, while others are fixed, such as those at toll booths or warehouse entrances, automatically detecting tagged items as they pass through. One of RFID's biggest advantages is automation. Because RFID systems don't require a direct line of sight, they allow businesses to scan multiple items at once without stopping to check each one individually. Imagine a warehouse where workers don't need to manually count inventory. RFID can instantly track stock levels and update records.
So imagine that. Imagine something like that being in your body. They can know where you will be at all times. Know your health. Know your data. Your bank account. What you like to search. Who's your political party that you like. Well, soon once they try to implement that chip, they're going to implement that one world government. So you ain't going to be able to pick a Republican or Democrat. It's going to be straight dictatorship. With all that being said, I'm going to close this out. I want to give honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Peace and blessings and safety to all those in Great Millstone, all those that's out there spreading this word to their best ability, sincerity and truth. To all those that are listening to these videos, to the elect, 144,001 please do your very best. Time is speedingly. Shalom.